Hello everyone. So today I am going to discuss about ammonia toxicity. So today we'll come to know how ammonia affect brain, how ammonia is toxic to the brain, and mechanism by which this ammonia can cause brain toxicity. So we'll look into that. Before that, you should know the normal range of ammonia. Ammonia normal range in blood. If we measure ammonia level in blood ammonia is around 50 to 40 microgram per day. So that is the normal range. So in normal individuals, most of that ammonia is converted into urea, and the sources of ammonia, if you see, it can come from mainly from breakdown of protein. So it can come from amino acid degradation. It can also come from gut. Intestinal bacteria can also produce ammonia from urea by utilizing one enzyme. They have one enzyme called urease, and that urease can produce ammonia, and this ammonia via portal vein it enters hepatocyte, and there it is converted into urea with the help of urea cycle enzyme present in liver. So what if there is increased level of ammonia in blood, how it is going to affect our brain and how it can cause neurotoxicity? That's what I am going to talk about. So suppose if there is increased ammonia level, maybe due to if there is a defect in urea cycle enzyme, or it could be due to liver damage, or maybe liver cirrhosis, where liver urea cycle get impaired, and because of that ammonia level in blood will increase. So there also we can see increased ammonia level in blood. So this ammonia generally in blood, it is present in the form of ammonium ion, NH4 plus, and 98% of ammonia inside blood at physiological pH of 7.4 is present in the form of ammonium ion, and only 2% is available in the form of ammonia. Okay, so what happens if there is a defect in the urea cycle enzyme, or if there is a liver cirrhosis? So this ammonium ion level will go up, and simultaneously this ammonia NH3 will also go up, and this ammonia can diffuse across plasma membrane, and it can also cross blood brain barrier, and it can enter our brain. So this ammonia will enter from blood into, it will cross the blood brain barrier, and it will enter the brain, and inside brain tissue it is converted back into ammonium ion, and there will be increased accumulation of ammonium ion in blood. So what changes this ammonium ion is going to do? So what it will do, this ammonium ion produced in excess amount, or which has entered brain from blood or from circulation by crossing this blood brain barrier. So this ammonium ion will be reacting with alpha ketoglutarate to produce what? Glutamate, with the help of enzyme glutamate dehydrogenase. So all these changes now are taking place inside neuron. So remember, this excess ammonium ion which has come from crossing of that ammonia through blood brain barrier, and this ammonia is converted into ammonium ion, and this ammonium ion will react with alpha ketoglutarate to form glutamate. So obviously, if there is increased ammonium ion, so there will be increased binding of that ammonium ion with alpha ketoglutarate, and there will be increased formation of glutamate. So the alpha ketoglutarate level will go down, and as all of you might be knowing, this alpha ketoglutarate is also required for TCA cycle. It serves as a TCA cycle intermediate, and TCA cycle is required for ATP formation. So obviously, if most of this alpha ketoglutarate is getting converted into glutamate, so it won't be able to go into TCA cycle. So TCA cycle will get impaired, and there will be decreased ATP formation, and brain will be deprived of energy, and brain tissue will start dying. So that's why neurological symptoms are manifested in the form of there could be due to increased ammonia level in blood. We call it as in liver cirrhosis patient, we call it as hepatic encephalopathy, where there could be tremors, there could be confusion, there could be in those patients there could be epileptic seizure. It can also lead to blurred vision, slurred speech, and severe hyperventilation can lead to respiratory alkalosis, and in if the blood level of ammonia increases in very high amount, around 200 microgram per dl or so, it can lead to coma and death. So this is one of the reasons why that is happening, due to decreased alpha ketoglutarate and impaired TCA cycle and decreased formation of ATP, and that is why we see neurological symptom. Other reason being this ammonium ion, being osmotically active substance. So what it will do, it can draw water inside neuronal cell. So it can draw water, it can pull water inside neuronal cell. So that can lead to what? That can lead to cerebral edema, and ultimately that can cause coma, and if not treated, that can cause death. So the second reason being this ammonium ion is osmotically active substance, so it can pull water along with it, and inside the neurons the water level will increase, and that can cause cerebral edema and coma. Ultimately patient can go into comatose state, and if not treated at right time or in severe cases, there could be death. So these are the possible causes of ammonia toxicity inside brain. So what we learned today was the first cause being decreased availability of alpha ketoglutarate. So TCA cycle get impaired inside brain, and there will be reduced ATP formation, and that can cause severe neurological sign and symptoms. As well as there could be increase, this ammonium ion can draw water inside. It has osmotic diuretic effect, and it can also cause swelling, cerebral edema. Ultimately person can go into comatose state, and it can lead to death also. So these are the two possible cause of brain toxicity or neurological toxicity associated with increased level of ammonia in blood. I hope this video was useful to you, and thank you all for joining.